Hello students, this is Akshata, lecturer in statistics, Shakthi Residential PU College, Mangalore. So dear second PUC students, the topic that we are going to discuss today is the first chapter, that is vital statistics. Now the weightage for this chapter is 26 marks if the PU board follows the new question paper pattern, that is of 195 marks, and the weightage will be 18 marks if the PU board sticks to the old pattern, that is of 156 marks. Okay, so 18 marks or it may be 26 marks. So for 26 marks you can expect 2 1 mark questions, 2 2 mark questions, 2 5 marks and 1 10 marks. Similarly, if the weightage is 18 marks, you can expect 1 1 mark, 1 2 marks, 1 5 marks and 1 10 marks. So easy and a scoring chapter. So let us see what is vital statistics. So that is the first chapter. So dear students, vital statistics is that branch of biometry which deals with the data and human laws of mortality, morbidity and demography. Okay, so it deals with the data regarding mortality, morbidity and demography. So what is mortality here? Mortality refers to deaths occurring in the population. Morbidity is nothing but sickness, and demography is nothing but study of the human population. Now dear students, you may wonder why the data regarding human population is very important. It is because, see, people of any country play a major role in the growth and development of the economy. Now how that is possible? It is possible only when the living conditions or the life of the people is improved. So the major problem before the government or any administration is to study the human population in order to bring out certain policies or formulation of policies which will help in the development of the human population. Only then they will contribute towards the development of the country. So vital statistics, dear students, is the science which deals with analysis and interpretation of numerical data. Okay, analysis and interpretation. What do we analyze and what do we interpret? We analyze and interpret the numerical data regarding vital events. Okay, vital events occurring in the human population. Very important for 1 mark. So what is vital event now? So we have to analyze and interpret the vital events, data regarding the vital events. So dear students, vital events are the important events that occur in the human population. So what are such events or important events that occur in our population which is that important? So the data regarding births, deaths, marriage, sickness, divorce, migration, all these are very important. Okay, so the study of these events are nothing but vital statistics. So we analyze and we interpret the numerical data regarding the vital events occurring in the human population. So that is the meaning of vital statistics. Okay. Next, let us see the definition of vital statistics. So B. Benjamin has given a beautiful definition regarding the vital statistics. So according to him, he defines vital statistics as conventionally numerical records of births, deaths, sickness and marriages. See, conventionally numerical records of what? Births, marriages, deaths and sickness, by which the health and growth of a community may be studied. So that is a definition given by Benjamin. Again important for 1 marks. Now the question is, from where to collect the data regarding vital statistics? Or what are the sources from where we can collect the data regarding vital statistics, the important events? So there are 2 sources, okay, or 2 methods by which we can collect the data regarding vital statistics. So the first method is registration method and the second method is census method. So these are the 2 methods by which we can obtain the data regarding vital statistics. Now what is registration method? Now registration method is the compulsory and continuous method of recording and registering the occurrence of the vital statistics. So dear students, they say that vital statistics is the output of the civil registration system, where the collected or the recorded data is compiled in order to get the required vital statistics. So hence, registration method is a compulsory method of recording and registering the occurrence of the vital events. So what are the sources now? What are the sources of registration method? The sources are the registers maintained by the government offices, municipal offices, corporation offices, gram panchayats, and so on. So these are the registers where we can obtain or collect the data regarding the important vital events. Now, in India, there is a legislation which has made it compulsory that the occurrence of the vital events to be registered. So, for example, when any birth occurs or death takes place, we register the matter, isn't it? So we register the matter, and indirectly the occurrence of the vital event is registered. So this is about registration method. So second method is census method. I hope we all are familiar, isn't it, about census method. So what is census method? Now census method, as we all know, it is conducted once in 10 years. Okay, and census, it is also called a census enumeration method. Why? Because we collect information from each and every individual. So census method covers all the information from the human population. So it covers the data regarding gender, nationality, religion, income status, educational status, etc. Along with that, we get the data related to vital statistics. So those are the two sources from which we can obtain or collect the data regarding vital statistics. So again, an important question for 2 marks. Okay. Now, as I told you, dear students, census method is conducted once in 10 years, right? So in between two census, that is in intercensal period, if suppose we are interested in estimating the population, okay? If suppose we are interested in finding the population, what may be the population, then there is a formula. Okay, that is measurement of population, and the formula is PT is equal to P0 or P0 plus B minus D plus I minus E, where PT is the population to be estimated. Say for example, if the last census was conducted in the year 2011, and if suppose we are interested in estimating the population say in 2019 or 20, then PT will be the population, the year where we are interested in estimating the population. So that will be PT. P0 will be the population in the last census year, that is 2010. Okay. B will be the number of births that has been taken place in that given period from 2010 to 2019. Okay. D will be the number of deaths in the given period. I will be the number of immigrants, and E will be number of emigrants. So this is a formula or the measure which can be used to estimate the population. So here they may ask problems for 2 marks, okay, where the value for P0, B, D, I and E will be given. We just have to substitute and find the answer. So sometimes, dear students, you have to remember this, the population will be closed for any migration, okay. So there will be no immigration, immigrants or emigrants. So in such a case, I and E will be assumed to be 0. Why? Because it is closed for any migration. Okay. So I and E is taken as 0. So your formula will reduce to P0 plus B minus D. Now let us see the uses of vital statistics. What are the uses of vital statistics? Why it is important to study the data regarding vital statistics? So the first use, dear students, it is useful to individuals. It is useful for we the individuals, as an important legal document. So whenever, dear students, occurrence of the vital events is registered, like births or deaths, okay, we get a registered document, a certificate which is of legal use. So it is useful to the individuals. So the second use is that it is useful in the demographic research in order to study the trend in the population. Data regarding births and deaths are of great use. It is used in the demographic research. The next use is it is useful in the medical research. In the field of pharmaceuticals, the data regarding deaths, cause of death are of great use. So it is useful in the medical research. So the next important use is that it is useful in the administration purposes. So data regarding the death or population projections or trend in the population may be based on the age groups, or it may be for the population as a whole, is of great use for the administrators. Why? To plan and bring out the policies regarding housing, education, employment, food supply, etc. Even the data of population is very much useful in setting up the rules for migration. Okay, so it is useful for administration. The next use is that it is useful in planning and evaluation of economic and social conditions of the society. Okay, so it is useful in planning and evaluation of economic and social conditions. So the last use of index number is that it is used in actuarial science. So what is actuarial science, students? Actuarial science is a field related to life insurance corporation. Now here the life insurance corporation collects the data regarding the pattern of births and deaths. Okay, especially it is a pattern of death based on which they calculate the premiums to be paid for different amounts of insurance. So that is how it is useful in the actuarial science. So these are the few uses of vital statistics, and here you can expect a question either for 1 mark or for 2 marks. So far it was not asked for 5 marks but for 2 or 1 mark. Okay, so these are the important concepts under vital statistics. Dear students, we have already discussed what is vital statistics, meaning, definition, uses as well as sources of vital statistics. Now let us see the different rates of vital events that we will be studying in this chapter. So among that, the first rate that we will be studying is regarding the fertility. Now what is fertility? Fertility is a number of births occurring to females in the childbearing age. So it is the number of births occurring to females in the childbearing age. Now what is childbearing age? So childbearing age group is considered as 15 to 49 years. So this is the age group where the female will be able to bear children. Okay. So births occurring to females in the childbearing age. 1 mark question, what is a childbearing age? So your answer will be 15 to 49 years. So next concept is fecundity. What is fecundity? Fecundity is the capacity of a woman, okay, capacity of a woman or a female to bear children. So fertility is the births occurring to females in the childbearing age, whereas fecundity is the capacity of a female to bear children. Both the concepts are important for 1 mark. So next let us see the different measures of fertility. What are the different measures of fertility? Rates of fertility, fertility rates. So we will be studying 4 measures of fertility rates. So the first one is crude birth rate. So crude birth rate is the average number of births occurring in a year per 1000 individuals. Okay, average number of births occurring in a year per 1000 individuals. So CBR is total births divided by total population into 1000. So in short you can write B by P into 1000. So for a group of 1000 people we calculate different rates of births or deaths or reproduction. So the next measure is general fertility rate. It is the average number of births occurring to 1000 females. Okay, average number of births occurring to 1000 females of the childbearing age group. In a year. So our formula is births in the childbearing age. So we don't consider the different age groups here. You will understand while solving the sums. So births in the childbearing age group divided by the female population in the childbearing age into 1000. So in short you can write it as B suffix 15 to 49 years FP. So we consider the females. You can observe here. So first one was birth rate. So when it is birth rate, we consider both male and female population. So male and female population you have to consider since it is the birth. When it is fertility rate, you can observe in the formula we have considered females. We have taken females. Okay. Why? Because fertility is the number of births occurring to females in the childbearing age. So the general fertility rate is a general measure. So the next one is age-specific fertility rate. So fertility rate in all the age groups, it is not same, right? So if suppose we are interested in knowing what is the fertility rate in different age groups, then we can make use of this measure. That is ASFR is equal to BX by FPX, female population. X refers to the age group for different age groups. So birth in the specified age group divided by the female population in the specified age group into 1000. So X refers to the specified age group. Now, if suppose we are interested in comparing the fertility rates. So the three measures, that is crude birth rate, general fertility rate and age specific fertility rate, cannot be used to compare the fertility of different populations or different communities. So in such a case, we have to make use of a measure what is called as total fertility rate. So total fertility rate or TFR can be used to compare the fertility rates for two different communities or two different populations. So some is very important for 5 marks, which we will discuss in the next class. So TFR is 5 into quinquennial ASFR. So this is our formula. So 5 into quinquennial ASFR. Now, what is the meaning of quinquennial? Quinquennial means the width of the age groups. So the different age groups given, the class is 5 years. So if the width is 5 years, it is usually 5 years. So we write the formula as 5 into sum of quinquennial ASFR. So 1 mark question, which measure is used to compare the fertility of two population or of two community? Your answer will be total fertility rate. So general fertility rate is used to know the fertility rate in the childbearing age group. Okay. ASFR is used to find the fertility rate in different age groups. CBR is a general measure which indicates a rate of increase in the population, and that is CBR. CBR is total birth by total population into 1000. So these are the 4 measures of fertility which we will be studying under the concept vital statistics. So dear students, we have already discussed the meaning, definition, sources, uses and different measures of fertility rates. So all these concepts are very important for 1 or for 2 marks. The uses usually will be asked for 2 marks, even the sources. So in the next class, we will see how to apply the measures of fertility, different measures of fertility for a given data. So the sum carries 2 marks as well as 5 marks. Okay. So in the next class, we will see how to apply these formulas. Thank you.